2-1 shy. Yeah. All right. And we should be, hopefully so, we should be back to Firefox Fridays number 66. Yes, sir. Just in time after these short technical difficulties, man. Those frame drops were intense, as what I've heard. I wasn't seeing it myself. But nonetheless, we are going to continue still.
I do apologize. As you can see, we're running this for a classroom, and we don't have Ethernet. So, if Wi-Fi screws up, we're up.
Yeah. No, it's rough. That's what you're dealing with in terms of Wi-Fi, right? The risk of running things totally on Wi-Fi and not on Ethernet is just a huge shame, right? But we are back nonetheless to do more of this bracket. This will be a qualifier for top 8, so we will be getting into it very soon. It's going to be GCU's own Anarch Zero against former GCU McDale. McDale, everyone's favorite, the star of the GCU show here. Imagine this is going to be exciting, and I will have tons of things to say, at least. Mennonite being one of my more experienced characters, so should have some things to say for these two players. Jumping into this set. Well, it should be, usually the GCU players stick to their characters. Sort of just like one, maybe two sometimes if they want to learn something, but usually they stick to their primary characters, at least for on stream. So we will just be seeing Mennonite against K-Roll here in winner's quarters of Firefox Fridays 66. This should be good. I mean, this matchup can go so many ways. It's so interesting, right? Because we've seen at several other locals here, McDale is an absolute monster of Advantage State. He makes such wacky decisions that just turn out to be smart anyway, because he doesn't care about what the opponent is going to do. He plays very selfishly. It's a thing that I want other players to pick up on, is to play more selfish, play into their own style rather than playing into the opponent. McDale is a huge proponent of that because of his very risky options that are just done over and over again, but are so good anyway. McDale is telling me that Anarch Zero was stalling for a bit, but now we're jumping into game number 1. And yeah, so I mentioned the strengths of McDale, but there is something to point out here, obviously, which is Mennonite's own powerful Advantage State against a character like K-Rool. Mennonite is so powerful at forcing offstage exchanges because of that dash attack having such good angles, but now that should be a forward air kill for sure. But on top of that, even if a forward air, Nair, or Mach Tornado from Mennonite is not going to end up killing, he forces things so well horizontally for starting things off a down throw that sending K-Roll offstage like this, even if it doesn't kill, which it will, because K-Roll is so heavy and so big body, K-Roll is going to struggle to recover anyway because Mennonite covers the zone off stage so absurdly well against K-Roll's up B propeller. But we did see 2 very early kills here, and now we might be seeing a third. A bit off on the reset there on the platform, but that counter is not going to save him, but just SDIing right up to avoid that downer, and maybe just timing the downer a bit too late on that second one from Anarch. But some would say this is already like a closer game for Anarch. It is a best of 3, pulling out the I'm up 2 stocks draw rush right there. Just pull it out. And yeah, it's that confidence right there. The sort of arrogance you gotta respect from players like this. They want to play their own game, so they're going to go for those very rogue smash attacks, especially from K. Rool. So strong. That Beggar both not spiking and sending into the crown, so at least getting some extra credit damage. On top of the fact that backer unfortunately just did not spike. Meta Knight going to send up the crown. Because of those multi-jumps, Meta Knight is prioritized to sending the crown up, and ooh, I'm surprised that was actually untuckable. 154, but yeah, the propeller is going to be too unsafe. You can't do up B too early when you tech the stage like that. Most characters you can't up B as soon as you tech the stage, because you are in such a vulnerable position being in free fall like that. So yeah, very vulnerable to even a dimensional cape attack from mid stage, taking the first game very quick fashion too. But we'll have to see what the counter pick is going to be like. Second game, it's a totally different one, especially in terms of counter picks. This is one of McDale's favorites after all. Second game here. We shall be seeing it. We'll see what Migdale's adaptations are. Now, it's a double-edged sword to go to town. It's despite the fact that, of course, the platforms and side blast zones are very small. It's a double-edged sword because, you know, Meta Knight does appreciate having smaller side blast zones to be able to kill K. Rool a bit easier. You know, just have some extra security off of your confirms. But also, the next plat, the city plat, is so much stronger for extending conversions with landing up air resets for Meta Knight. So we shall be seeing as we're jumping into the FD transition here, extending it off with the dimensional cape, the Mach Tornado, to take that first stock. McDale was sort of respecting the range at which NR would be playing at there off stage, but going for the extension, there was no risk to doing it. Or for that up tilt though, take that stock. Shouldn't be a stock tank, yeah, not at 0. Meta Knight would want more space off of that down throw to properly extend. Especially since up air at 0 has such low hit stun that you can easily air dodge out of it. But now that's reverse up air time. It's up air reset. Even if this doesn't actually convert into a kill, it's such high damage. 70% for Meta Knight. Nothing to slouch at, especially because Meta Knight's standard 2-hit base damage output is so weak by comparison to a combo like that. Back throw to set up though, and back air as well. Nope, you can't attack. I will weave out of your attacks because I am a fast faller. You stand no chance. Now, just one potential stock away from Anarch sealing it out here. Moving on to seal a spot into the top 8. I know Anarch was saying he might hop on the mic later, but it seems he might be journeying up to a top 8 here. Make sure that's not going to happen. Propeller forward air, the classic for McDale. We've seen it every single local he's been to. Tossing that crown up just to prevent him from running off to hit him with an aerial, closing that space. But man, this seems like a confident lead situation for Anarch, just pressing with the crown. And man, McDale is just pressing full hop on these crown exchanges. Doesn't quite know what to do. He's sort of fishing for these aerials, and man, I just feel like that sort of confidence just isn't quite there. But good dimensional cape attack to seal it out. Seeing the missed tech there, and yeah. Might as well have that confidence in that they're going to miss their tech and go for that dimensional cape attack. So very strong 2-0 from Anarch. Yeah, the matchup is so volatile in terms of its advantages and disadvantages, right? I was detailing the advantages that Meta Knight has, right? That combo game is just so fierce, and even if the combos didn't work out, the advantage state off stage, so powerful still. We saw that on the second stock of game 2. Anarch just fast falling straight through and going for that back air to finish off on the side. So yeah, the offstage presence, aside from the confirms, is still very intimidating. Pretty simple closer, despite the fact that McDale is pretty much the top seed of these Firefox Fridays every single week. Very strong showing And that is a good showcase of even if the player is so good, the matchup can be so in your favor that it's just simple like that. You know, I mean, these GCU players have probably fought a lot too as well, so good stuff to closing things out. 2-0, and I would say pretty convincing, almost dominant fashion from an ARC. And we will see what the next set is going to be up on stream. Should be another winner's quarters match if they aren't playing at the moment, but otherwise it might be a top 8 match happening very soon. I know Ags and Passion AZ winner's quarters set, they did end up playing off stream because of those technical difficulties earlier, if you saw those. And that would be Sephiroth Sora against Steve. Which, man, any Steve matchup sounds interesting, doesn't it? So, we will be seeing another match on stream rather soon. Should be a good spectacle to see going into the rest of the bracket. And top 8 will be 3 out of 5 territory, so we will be ready for the top cut very soon. I just gotta observe real quick. I gotta see the sets that may be happening. Unless they're happening way in the back, then I won't be able to see anything. So the game just ended, yeah, and it should be
Passion just won his set versus Ags, which
Yes.
means him and his opponent will be next on stream.
Yes, Passion Ags,
Passion and Bright.
Passion and Bright on the stream next after that set against Ags. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So that should be a good one.
Yes, it should. These guys haven't fought, I think, since the last time they faced at Firefox.
Firefox. Okay. How long ago was that?
A while. A long time.
Yeah.
In a hot minute, bro.
Hey, this should be an exciting one.
This is
Raw by definition.
does he keep Ensign out? Are you playing Ensign today? Okay. No Mario Fairs, in the words of Dominic.
I mean, some would say that's definitely better, but obviously, as most of the best instances have proven, is that it's more the strength of the player than it is the character.
Absolutely, dude. That character with a good player in hand is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, absolutely monstrous. Those fundamentals are so strong. It's like it's such a common sight between all of the instances. It's like, man, this character is so volatile. Just in. If you look at the stats, so absurdly volatile, but
Yes.
even then, these players know how to pilot it, and I would say also the players just don't know when to play defensive against him. We kind of had to see here what Passion is feeling against Bright, as what playstyle he's going to conform to here at the start of the set. There is a lot of time here. It is a 3 out of 5, so we might see a bunch of playstyle and minute differences in their adaptations in the set. We have at least 3 games to run through here, but I want to see the playstyle coming from Passion here, though.
Yes. I will say,
first.
I think one thing that I think very highly of Passion is of his neutral. Like, as much as Steve can absolutely cheese out a combo with 1 or 2 hits, Passion doesn't rely on that as much as other Steves tend to.
Oh, for certain.
But
And
he's still a phenomenal player with those in hand.
yeah, he's very, very solid. And also, like, I'm sure this is spouted at in other. Focused on this right now, actually. Okay.
No, Dom, flip it this way, so it's longer. Oh, be careful. Don't tip the green screen.
But you did talk about his neutral, right? A very impressive neutral game, and again, I'm sure a bunch of other states, when they have good Steves, like Didi and Yanni and Jake as well, I'm sure they also talk about this a lot. But it's just so interesting to talk about from other people's perspective. You know, non-Steve players, people who aren't experienced with really good Steves, saying that Passion is a fundamental player first, and then a Steve player second. He learned how to play the game fundamentally well before he started learning any Steve tech, and now
he has this.
He has the tech completely down. This is the true danger of a really good Steve player. Is you have the fundamentals there, but now you just have the Steve tech ready, and the advantage state is so powerful. Already going off with the 0 to death here. Classic
boy.
Steve 0 to death, and even piling on 70% worth of
90.
damage. Even more. Bright's Jump is completely gone, and the TNT setup is ready. What do we have here?
That's
Just two framing with the down tilt. Hey. Already
Not
so
getting
fast.
the revenge off of that TNT, but it looks like Bright is maybe working this a little bit back. That up one did like 40%. But it's going to be up to how Bright's going to play this to bring this back, because this is a very deep deficit he's found himself in.
Yeah, it's already done so fast. And I mean, Passion is sort of prepping his combos, as you see, like already pressing the rising aerials, even if they didn't hit, right? So he's prepared for his combo game, but yeah, now he's in a classic position where Steve is in the lead. You kind of can't do anything when it's a character that is so extremely focused on if he has a lead or not.
Yeah.
You know, every player, every character in the game is going to appreciate having a lead, of course, so that means you don't have to approach as much. But Steve's walls are so powerful as a defensive tool, but only when you have a lead, so you can actually get resources, and you're already forcing the opponent to approach so much.
Yeah.
But man, it's these setups as well, so powerful. Yeah, he had the roll caught because the roll would trigger the pressure plate, so it'd explode on him and he'd lose his stock. But that anvil right there would likely catch his ledge hang as well.
Yep.
Normal getup would get caught as well. Get up attack, get caught for free. Man, it was just such a tough position there with the block about to break.
Is drop down jump revenge. I wonder if that could beat it out, because revenge is super fast. It's a super useful tool for Instant to have, and that's probably where Bright's going to find a lot of his mileage going forward, is if he can or can't get these revenges. But even then, you have to be insanely careful with that, because it is a counter. And if the opponent starts reading the counter timing, it's a free punish for Steve, and that means 60 or 70%, or just a free kill.
Yeah, it's that's sort of the layers of it, right? Because I imagine like drop down double jump counter might be an idea against that setup, but it's if the Steve decides to not shield, right?
Andrew
decides to not shield on when seeing that they might just drop down double jump aerial on this. Why not, right?
Yeah.
But it's just so strong when only one option might be considered, and even then that option might not work if the Steve adapts properly. That ledge trap situation is just so powerful, and man, this damage is coming on as well, but Bright is trying to return it.
Yeah, and there's these counters that are coming out getting punished, but this is a much more even game. Bright has not found himself in one of those deadly 0 to deaths yet. Starting to find his hits in neutral a whole lot more. Yep, that's Steve. And there's Bright taking the first stock. A lot of adaptations to be made after that game 1. One thing might I say, I really like the adaptation of kind of like the Steve camping tech. Because most people are like, oh yeah, just break the bottom block. And now Steves get to think about, okay, what do I get to do while they're breaking the bottom block?
Yep.
What setups can I do to make it so that they can't break the bottom?
Yeah.
It's just a whole lot of ideas with this character,
Man.
and a very creative free flow.
Yeah. Another very creative setup there, just prepping up the up tilt. The hitbox is so large, especially when the pressure plate is triggered, and it's stronger when it actually triggers on the pressure plate. So that stock was guaranteed to be taken right there, and just avoiding the command grab very narrowly. But yeah, the block setups that you were mentioning, Passion has talked a few times about how his block setups against some characters need to change because of their because of the tools they have to actually break blocks efficiently.
Okay.
And sometimes you just see the wall being built up, but sometimes he likes to put up just a block wall, so they're forced to jump over. They can't just break a block and suddenly they're in. But right now it is Bright, who did get his chance to get in, but using Lariat just a bit too risky, especially on that end lag.
I don't
closing out
think
that
he
second
saw those blocks being broken by Steve's roll. I think that he was at least hoping that Steve would stop right on that wall, and that Lariat would cover that option. But that roll through with Steve breaks whatever setup he has going.
Yeah, anything. I'm pretty sure I'm Ryan. This is that anything intangible, like an evasive option like that, just a get up option, should be able to break through the blocks without any problem.
And there's Diamond, and that's going to be super brutal right now. Finding these hits in neutral way more important. Okay. That's 7. Yep.
You were thinking like 70% there.
Well, yeah,
right?
it was a diamond hit, and I was like, okay, there's a chance that just does some stupid damage. Only 50, though. You know, we take those.
It's just a small portion of damage. For instance, Variety. Oh, no!
Yeah, that's...
Unfortunate spot right there. You know, that's something you don't see every day where... Hold on. Oh, yeah,
oh
yeah.
My goodness.
So... Three hitboxes on Steve Lava. Man,
3 hitboxes? I guess initial, and then it grows, and then it dissipates?
Initial and a late hit, and then a hit that's so low that can actually hit ledge hangs right like that,
and it
right?
has the power of a jab block.
And it's like
Let's go Minecraft, Steve.
It's like a fake pseudo spike, right? Where like if you don't react to it, sure you're going to die. And you know, I think in that position, like. Of course, Bright was thinking about doing roll there. That's the only reason why you do air dodge in that situation, because there's no reason for you to tech, right? You'd only be buffering roll get up on that. So an unfortunate buffer on his get up as soon as that down smash hit, but it was better awareness from Passion in comparison to go for that down smash there. Again, it's that knowledge of that Steve tech that he's picked up in pretty much recent months.
And he's starting to, I see Bright starting to get a little bit more of a read on the, yep.
I mean, he tried.
He was getting more of a read on Passion's spot dodge timings and shielding habits. I thought that block was there for him to tech on.
No, you give players like this a gap, and it's closed curtains, right? Like just one gap, you don't go off stage at 0. That's the that's the moniker. You don't go off stage at such
Reverse
low
hit
percent.
nair. Let's go.
So strong. You don't go off stage at such low percent because of the high risk. I mean, the other player might just not see any risk in committing to a reversal situation when they're at such high percent, you know?
Trading grabs right now, or at least whiff grabs, and now Bright is at a nice 50%, 100% deficit, and if he can manage to get a revenge hit that could be turned, 22%, let's see what he can get off of a ledge trap against Steve. That minecart is such a powerful tool always, dude.
Yeah, you can't resort to the basic tactics against a Steve who knows who has enough resources, right? Timing the up tilt just exactly on Bright's spot dodge. I mean, it's so intimidating to have you feel so pressed. It's like if I roll, I can't do anything. If I jump, it's going to get caught, and jump air dodge is bad. So my only option here is some like weird evasive option.
Getting
right?
grabbed out of a side B. Bright's in a very tough situation with
for
gold
sure.
tools. Up smash? Oh, I haven't really seen any up smashes be hit by Passion. Fire set. Yeah. Oh, what a setup. Not quite working out in his favor, though.
It's a bit unfortunate.
Another 100% deficit going into the last stock for Bright. Let's see if this goes around the same way as last time.
I mean, it's just 135% last stock. The TNT setup is here, but the stone is there. If you end up on it, it's going to break instantly. Up smash was pressed, but
There's
man,
another up smash.
Nothing to intimidate Passion away from putting out these commitments, right? 13%. How much are you going to do without revenge? On the
Oh
up
my
smash.
goodness.
The first hit of that up smash not even hitting either.
That was crazy. There's a
The
grab. Up throw?
No,
Not
up throw
gonna take it. Insin's a big boy.
Very
He's
heavy.
got plenty of rage right now.
Should take him till like 190-ish to actually get that up throw kill. So Passion is fine just pecking with the smaller hits until he can get those grab kills. He's very comfortable with grabs as Steve. It's sort of his comfort pick
That was
option, right?
Very punishable.
Yeah.
Very a window that could have led to Bright stock being taken very easily. Very sloppy lariat. But what are you gonna do? No,
That
not
patience
yet.
there. No.
And
Oh,
there it goes.
very barely.
Right below 200%, right around what you said.
Yeah. It's, I mean, it was that, the initial hit of that up throw just sending him onto the piston, just, knocked it right up to 190. It's like, tell me I'm right. And yeah, just
Get me
sending it up to 200% for a clean knockout there. It's that good, perseverance, right? Ooh, oh yeah, you have to be on stream soon. Okay. We will be seeing Anaric, who just commentated for this set. We will be seeing him up next. And man, there is quite a bit to talk about concerning the end of that set and also the beginning of this one. Semis. But, regarding that, like, I mean, that's just a symbol of Passion's patience, right? That's something that I want almost every player who is striving to get better at this game to incorporate is the patience when the opponent is at a kill percent, right? You might just rush into pressing really committal buttons when you don't need to, right? As the percents climb up, if you have really safe pressure options, then you don't need to worry. You just need to... Steve could just be pressing jab and up tilt the entire time until they're at 200, and then suddenly they're at up throw kill percent, like Passion just did there. So, resorting to using your safer options, you don't want to do anything risky, because if you commit too much, then there's a bigger window for getting punished. It's just a higher likelihood that your stock is going to be closed out immediately. I mean, Passion was at 38% there. Some would say that's a very convincing lead to finish off with at that set, but that could have been turned into like 50, 70, even higher if Passion committed a bit more. But that wasn't the game plan. That wasn't the thing that he should have been doing, and he didn't end up doing it. Committed to stuff that was way safer, much safer pressure for those kill percents, right? You'd much prefer doing that instead of doing very high committal options at your kill percents. Don't rush. You are still in the lead in those situations, right? No rushing allowed. No rush allowed. But going into this next set, another winner's semis match. This will decide who will be going up against Passion in this bracket in winners finals. Zoro against GCU's Anarch Zero. Again, we saw Anarch earlier against McDale. Close things out in pretty convincing fashion and on the mic as well. Meta Knight Pikachu, very interesting matchup dynamic. Very, very interesting matchup dynamic we're going to be seeing here. Hey, there's a lot of time here. It's at least 3 games to adapt around this. Zoro's Pikachu against Anarch Zero's Meta Knight. Now, one thing about the last set that Anarch had on stream against McDale is that I don't feel like Anarch's habits were really getting pressured too hard against a character like K-Rool. So, it'll be very interesting to see how his habits are going to get properly exploited against a matchup like Pikachu, where the dynamic is very different, right? Pikachu is so light in comparison, so nimble, so small. Several moves, even like a dash attack that's done very early after a down tilt, sometimes it's just not going to connect. But man, unfortunate Thunder situation for Zoro. Tilting his head there, was not ready for that Thunder to just not connect properly. And we see a very early stock lead now from Anarch. Zoro trying to do his shield grab off of that jab was just a bit too late, which triggered the trade there with the down tilt. Going for the fastest button possible on the ground for Meta Knight is going to be that down tilt, which is frame 3. Frame 4. Around there. It should be frame 4, but very, very incredibly fast. And unfortunate case there. Went for the short hop down air there. You can't really do any other aerial rising after that down air, so getting up smash for his troubles. But still a very comfortable lead position. Can go for those hasty reads there with the dimensional cape attack, and that is one more stock on game one here for Zoro. No percent, or at least very little percent climbing on Anarch's second stock, though. He has plenty of time to make this back. To grow his lead. I mean, this 29% getting higher and higher, and you certainly don't want to give Meta Knight more chances to get damage, because, again, Meta Knight is a character that sort of just pecks at you for very small hits. The damage isn't very high for Meta Knight, aside from those ladder conversions. So you don't want to give him more chances to just secure neutral wins. Sitting at 108, though. I mean, yeah, I would expect preparing that dash attack there. I saw the startup on it for Zoro, just prepping that dash attack at the ready. He's standing still and waiting to go for an aerial or a dash attack here. Usually most Pikas would just like stand still, wait, and then dash attack them to see if they're going to be ready for their sudden burst option. But Anarch doesn't seem intimidated going for that dimensional cape attack. Big victory here, game number one up for Anarch. Good situation here. Game number two, going to Town and City. I couldn't imagine there would be any character switch situations, despite the fact that I know Zoro does have a plethora of characters. No switches here. It's completely fine going Pika. It's not like the matchup's too bad, so you can stick to Pika for the second game at least, but we'll see how the next game potentially is going to handle itself based on the result of this game on Town and City. In this second game here, still a best of 5 set. There's more set to go after this, but up air reset not going to work there. Able to air dodge just in the right time, timing the up air a bit too late. Those infamous hitboxes of Meta Knight's, both small and not active. Almost all of his attacks only last for a single frame, so you need to time things pretty much perfectly in terms of precise like frame timing. But enough about Anarch's silly little character quirks. Here for Zoro, he is going to be sticking things a little more patiently, keeping it very even and just fish out the landings. Despite the fact that Meta Knight does have multiple jumps, it's sort of a supplement to the fact that Meta Knight's landing options actually aren't very good. Dimensional Cape is sort of the best mix-up he has, aside from his multi-jumps, but he doesn't have many options I can cover below him very well. Nothing that's super safe either. Zoro pressuring that. 146. 148 and climbing even more. This should be up throw kill percent if Zoro wants to fish for it. Might also be dash attack kill percent. A nice bevy, a nice rotation of burst options for Zoro to go for potentially if Anarch decides to pull out something very unsafe. But it seems that Zoro is respecting things a little. Not quite going to kill with that up throw just yet. Even with Rage in that Town plat, Town's ceiling is still too high for that up throw to properly kill at that percent. Now we have some setup of damage. Very small damage here. Didn't get that fast fall nair like he wanted on that plat. But certainly fine. Fine enough damage anyway. 22 is small, but still workable. 138 though. It should be any clean nair likely from Anarch to seal out Zoro's first stock, but no. Going back to those habits, as I was saying, his habits haven't been pressured too much lately. Not against McDale, and certainly not in that first game against Zoro, but now the habits are being pressured way more. Zoro understanding that, hey, even if the forward air doesn't work out, I still have that downer at the ready and a second stock. For Zoro here, 0%, but going to be climbing up. Anarch doesn't want to be closed out yet. Going for those reverse up airs, no back air yet. SDIing perfectly to SDI down away from those back airs so that wouldn't have secure to kill. IDJ upper not going to connect either, but at least securing it with a forward tilt to bring it back right to neutral, which I'm not sure if that's something that NR precisely wants. Might just be wanting advantage state exclusively. Double T-Jolt here. I mean, it's on an arc to stall in the air to get around that defensive T-Jolt situation from Pikachu. Oh man, starting to fish for the aerials a bit too much, which, you know, I kind of understand it. Oh man, missed tech on there, but Meta will be fine. But I kind of understand fishing it for the aerials a bit more, but keeping it to the ground is also fine, but not in a situation where Zoro is just going to read that double jump with the Thunder off of that up air. It's completely guessed correctly on pretty much every habit that an arc chose to do out of hit stun. Completely preying on the defensive habits that I'm sure Zoro has played into a lot as a Pika player. That forward air down air setup, that up air thunder setup, very confident in the reads, which is good to see. Good confidence. Always want to be confident. Ready for the third game here, 1-1, and now we're going on to Lylat here. Not too bad of an option, at least for an arc. The kills are certainly going to be secured more, but those T-Jolts are so very dangerous on this stage. It's sort of a double-edged sword. It's a mixed bag, but it seems that the slightly bigger stages with probably worse plat ranges for Meta Knight to get up air resets aren't going to help. Especially because, like, Town might have worked better, but ooh, I was thinking that a double Thunder might connect there, but not quite. Yeah, it's still a very double-edged sword. The ledge trapping just becomes more fierce on a stage like this, and yeah, completely spiking that Dimensional Cape. That Dimensional Cape does not perfectly snap ledge, so it is very vulnerable to getting two-framed by moves like Pikachu down air. 37%, very clean lead position for Zoro. No aerial conversions for an arc either. And Zoro seems very comfy. Even if some of the decision making you can look at it is like, it's not the best. There could have been better decisions for Zoro here in this situation, like that F smash there. Completely covering himself well, and it's not like an arc is punishing Zoro for his commitments anyway. That's the coziness, right? Can go for these commitments and they aren't going to be punished too often. Going for that forward air, right? Won't be pressured. But nice tomahawk grab situation, expecting a higher up B high recovery from Zoro. Going for that Mach Tornado, but no risk to it. 67%. Still not a super good situation. You'd have to get a tipper dash attack to properly set up here, or just pressure with down tilts. And Arc seems to be going for the down tilt F smash pressure route of Meta Knight, but I would like to see some tipper dash attack shuttle loops from him just to close out these stocks a little sooner. 81% though, still on the first stock, which is so hard to climb, but sitting on the plat as well, no, it seems that an arc is now rushing for the kill. Especially down like this, yeah. Going for the Dimensional Cape attacks after that up smash too. Such a poor position. Seemed like the counter pick that was done completely wrong. Not seeing the value that Pika has on a stage like Lylat in comparison, right? I mean, we've been seeing it for years. We've been seeing the best Pika in the world to talk about it. Pika on Lylat is so powerful. The strengths are just amplified even more. Up air shuttle loop won't connect at that high percent though, and that dash attack DI'd in still won't knock it out yet. Yep, has to go for the Zoro spike, but Zoro has been very quick on those techs lately. DI and dash attack as well. Last stock closing out for an arc. 3 stocks still on Zoro. It seems he is ready to seal it out and go to the top 3, but there is still more game to be played. Another game left here potentially. We'll have to see the adaptations here from an arc. Same characters. Back to PS2. 2-1 here. Arc is taking a big, deep breath and sigh. Hopefully it can be a relief when this set is over, but we shall see. The fourth game here. Again, the winner of this will be moving on to face Passion in winners finals, so we shall see. But an up air string here, no, just sent too high. SD had right in on those up airs for no horizontal hitting attack to hit. Only shuttle loop would have hit, and that likely would have forced an arc to lose his stock in SD. But going in here, Zoro keeping that advantage state very smooth, keeping it to a very patient neutral as well. Knows after the habits that he's exposed from an arc in the previous two games actually, that an arc is privy to potentially rush his aerial options and his commitments when he's at disadvantage. So he's sticking to trying to be a bit more patient in his advantage state, keeping himself on the ground, but now he's in aerial mode. He's in button pressing fashion right here, just following the T-Jolt to sort of get a very safe neutral opening. %108% here. Even then, yeah, tipper dash attack won't lead to anything here at this percent. And another big vulnerability is because Pika is so short, it makes rising aerials so hard for Meta Knight to actually commit to, because you don't know what the rising aerials are actually going to hit efficiently. Usually one of Meta Knight's best options to at least secure kills is just to do back air rising over and over and over again. But those rising back airs are very hard to hit against Pika because Pika is so short. But since we're at a stalemate here, this is sort of the impasse that most Meta Knight players are going to come to is I don't have the best way of securing kills, so I might as well stick to playing really defensive. I have multiple jumps, I can get away. This is sort of my best route to victory. Especially when I have a lead here, it's my best route. But Zoro's trying to be patient as well, but unfortunately that Condor dive side B going to lose Zoro's first stock, and now playing the air camping game. This is the I wanna win playstyle right here, sticking to the campy defensive style. You saw that he got dash attacked and nearly lost his stock for it, so preferring to play more patient. That second dash attack, though, not going to kill either. 152%. This is likely Pika up throw kill percent as well, and it hasn't been stalled yet. Another dash attack as well. The uppers are going to be chained. Mach Tornado was not true there. The last upper does have to send into tumble to actually kill properly. So the percent was just a bit too low. 68% here on Zoro's second stock, but now it's an arc. It's on the same stock as Zoro. Same stock count. And now I feel like there's already starting to be a bit more pressure on an arc's end. You see he's in the lead, but now he's settling with camping still, which is very nice. Very good to see. This is sort of that polarizing matchup aspect, right? This is this is my only tool. Abuse those multiple jumps to be able to play very non-committal. Just wait out the opponent's commitments, but it seems that an arc doesn't seem to be getting a lot of high value out of air camping like this, which is the one thing you gotta get. The one big piece of value you gotta get out of air camping like that is getting valuable damage, valuable kills. But we saw that Zoro did commit a bit too early there and messed up and did get upper shuttle loot for his troubles. And now 7%. The extra credit likely will be piling up here, but again, Meta Knight's damage output, it probably won't be too much damage on its end. So I imagine as the percent is piling up on our next second stock, we might see a closeout soon in a very even stock position once again. Yep, just reading a potential dash out from an arc, and also would have also caught the rollouts too. That is another habit that an arc likes to get stuck in, is those very hasty roll habits. It's pretty safe for Pika to go for that at that percent too. I mean, 19%, you know an arc isn't going to punish with super high damage, but with kills, don't think so. Going for the reversal here, at least set up the ledge trap, go for that full hop forward air into nothing, just empty land, and right back to neutral. Even percents here. Still only one stock for Zoro to close out here to secure himself a winner's finals position against Passion. We'll have to see though. 86%. This could be, yeah. The Skull Bash was just a bit too unsafe there. Especially when it wasn't smash inputted, right? The non-smash input Skull Bash is just not going to go very far, so left in a very vulnerable position for an arc to just close out with a back air, and we're going into a game 5 here. On town again. So, we do have modified DSR here. The last game that you won on, you cannot go back to the stage. Yes. Modified DSR and full DSR are... Modified DSR and full DSR do not apply to game 1s. It's why they're meant for game 5s, usually. Those rules are meant to be for game 5 situations, not for best of 3s, but in these specified situations where we are going into a game number 5, you gotta consider the stages that you aren't allowed to go back to. And here we are, Final Destination here. I feel like even without the presence of platforms, that has much helped an arc to get up air reset extensions. So I feel like Zoro is pretty well favored here on FD, especially since he can play the T-Jolt game a bit more. This is his chance to play a bit more defensive game now that he's not in the lead. But invisible blast zone there, going for the game was preferring the Cameron there and not the actual blast zone. As you see, that Thunder Spike hitting from pretty much, I mean, how high did that hit up and it still killed Meta Knight? A stock down very early, and Zoro is sticking to the defense. And Arc is pressured to run in after that very early stock loss. Up air forward air. Won't be leading to anything major. But, man, he's trying his best to play cross-up and be very tricky with his landing aerials, but it's got to be better pressure than that coming from him. Just resetting to neutral, playing that F-Smash game. It's my safest button. Though it is quite slow, it is my safest button possible. And hopefully to secure kills as well. Yeah, just baiting in that dash attack after that Dimensional Cape. That Dimensional Cape is very hard to punish like that. You know, if you react too late to the Dimensional Cape, you might as well just not punish it at all. Use it as a neutral reset. It's not like Meta Knight in neutral is very good anyway, right? Might as well not go for it. Go for the punish, because you are going to get exposed like an Arc just did there with the S-Smash. 129% though. Still a very sour position for an Arc, and nonetheless, and yeah, Zoro immediately adapting to playing a bit more patient, expecting a button from an Arc after that Dimensional Cape. Back air to close out those aerials. Again, only one frame of action on those aerials. Only one active frame. It really hurts him a lot to actually get that very tricky, ambiguous pressure. Last stock though, potential last stock for an Arc here on his winner's side. I know he wants to fight Passion as much as Zoro does. So we'll see whose will is stronger here at the end of this. But the end may not be soon approaching, though Zoro's lead is just ever climbing here Off of that, Kling going for the jab. No, the Mach Tornado is going to completely miss. No down throw to Thunder setup there either. Securely making it back on stage, and that's an up throw. No setup into the Thunder. 102%, and yeah, that's a big risk. Oh man, going for an up throw instead. I feel like there were a couple of other options that would have killed earlier, but going for comfortability, right? That dash attack is certainly a cozy option for Zoro to go for, and I mean, it did still work out. Potentially one DIN on dash attack away from closing out Anarch's last stock here, and yeah, Zoro is fishing. Very weak nair there, still enough to close it out, and you know, most people say this is just one combo away from Meta Knight, but I fear as though, based on what we've seen earlier with Anarch's setups here, that the stock might not be closed out like that. But double upper, nope, nothing quite yet. 54% is too high a percent to actually set up for any very early kills on Meta Knight. So he's going rogue here. He's going to start be fishing. Yep. Hold that jab to make sure that Pika can't actually burst option right into Meta Knight's range. Now playing the T-Jolt game, landing a bit too early. T-Jolt using it as a bait to set up for the dash attack there. Kill off the top. Top 3 secured spot for Zoro against Passion. Very tense set right there. Very, very tense set position. But now, as I said there, Zoro closing it out in very close fashion against Anarch. Will be fighting against Passion here immediately into the winners finals. And TOs here aren't wrong. They've said that the bracket was moving by very, very quickly, so I'm surprised. We were talking about best of 5 sets, and it seemed that players in the losers bracket had to wait on winners even. So, going by very quickly, we may be seeing the top 4 be closed out very, very soon, but we have to set up the positions in the bracket here for later on. We still have to decide a guaranteed second place here. Passion and Zoro in winners finals. Steve against Pikachu. This should be a very interesting matchup dynamic, mostly because the blocks serve as a huge roadblock, pun not intended, against Pikachu's quick attack, landing in disadvantage get out of jail free card. Oh, and especially against the T-Jolts as well. We'll have to see, because the T-Jolt dynamic in this matchup should be very interesting to see how the T-Jolt is going to play off of the blocks. Because the T-Jolt doesn't just get destroyed by the blocks, it rides off of any surface. So T-Jolts in this position are a way for Pikachu to actually pressure safely without having to actually commit by jumping over the blocks that Steve has set up. Actually, pretty fortunate for Zoro that he has this those Thunder Jolt projectiles for that. But again, quick attack is going to be limited by those blocks as well. So double-edged sword. I imagine the quick attack won't be too relevant here, but the T-Jolt being more useful is just going to be more relevant. But it seems Passion already has the answers to the T-Jolt in using the Minecart's intangibility to blow right straight through the projectile as if it just didn't exist at all. 77% on Passion's first stock here still very early here. Again, I want to mention, it is a best of 5, so we have plenty of time to adapt. Crafting table is set up here. Normal get up, just go for the grab. The get up attack here, ready for position. Who I felt like the S smash was a bit close, but even then the grab was also very close to going towards an advantage state position for Passion, but not quite. Yeah, even in some cases, the Teachel can still go in between the blocks depending on how it's positioned on the stage. But it seems that Passion has gotten used to how to get around the Teachels at this point. Still 3 stocks, and man, playing parkour mode in Minecraft here is Passion. Respecting those dash attacks that Zoro is just fishing for now. I mean, 149%, surely this is dash attack kill percent. And Zoro was playing the fishing game for them, but not quite working out there, even when 3 were thrown out. But going for the up throw there as an approach. Probably the first time we've seen Zoro actually go for that run up dash after a while and go for an up throw. Probably the first time we've seen that all of the time he's on stream. Minecart at the ready though, double parry on the anvil. Zoro has those parries on deck, ready to punish Passion, but the punishes aren't getting him a huge amount of reward. I mean, Passion lived for quite a long time. He lived at like 150 on just his first stock. So, assuming there's like 120 more percent to climb, that's so much work for Zoro to have to go through for Passion to do so little to take out Zoro's last stock. And I don't see that based on the neutral wins that Zoro has gotten, that his percent can climb up very easily. But we shall see. Maybe there's an early kill percent setup that Zoro has in store here on Passion's second stock, but I don't think so. Not mashing out of that minecart, expecting him to mash a bit sooner though, to go for that up smash. Right back in neutral, punish those grabs with that dash attack, and 133%. Especially compared to the K roll we saw earlier dying, or no, was it K roll? It was Instant dying at like 200% against Steve, just going to be 133 for closing out Pika stock. It's the complete opposite side of the percentage spectrum. Closing out that game number 1. Game number 2 though, glad to see the adaptations on Zoro's end. I was about to say Passion's, but, you know, Passion doesn't have to adapt as much. Still has some plays to make here. More importantly, we may be seeing, we're seeing Alex here again. Passion at the ready here. This second game, I wonder what the playstyle difference is going to be, like what the difference in minute interactions are going to be on Zoro's end. Since the Teachel, again, was very useful for the block setups, but didn't seem to actually work out too well in that first game. So we will have to see how Zoro ends up doing on the second game as we go to the Hollow Bastion. Get those smaller side blast zones to close out with those horizontal back air strings off of Pika. But it seems that Zoro isn't getting much of those anyway. I actually, I don't think I saw any of those come from Zoro in that game number 1. So sort of hoping for something that kind of isn't there to begin with, you know? And it seems that no matter the stage, I'm gonna roll you, says Passion. Doesn't matter, the Steve at jab forward airs will all happen the same. 79%. And climbing still. This is a good lead position, at least for Passion. Or Zoro, I should say. Closing it out with that down air. Getting a good read on Passion's low recovery routes. At least go for a guess to get that very early lead built up, to then extend for even more damage. Percent's climbing though. Again, we see that sort of a minuscule reward that Zoro is getting off of his hits. not just 38. He's had to have hit Passion for at least like 2 or 3 advantage states, and only getting that much percent, not quite what you want to see, especially when you're in the lead and you got to get that big extra credit damage. Passion abusing that. And now he's just having to spam Elytra over and over again against these T-Jolts. That T-Jolt is a very good way of racking up that nice percent. But going for down throw, no forward air setup because Pikachu is a very light, chunky boy. Well, not chunky, very small, so that forward air is not going to connect. Got to question why I actually just used the opposite term. So, but he has Diamond. No iron resources, though. Exactly why he's sort of fishing for the iron and then going for the minecarts and then go in instead of advantage state. Seems that with such a high percent on Passion that he's going to hold on to the Diamond for later, but actually, nope, I'm just completely wrong. He wants to save this Diamond for this stock, assuming that he's not going to lose it, but now he's lost his second stock and now he doesn't have Diamond anymore. Right back to the wood. 95% here. Minecart set up. Not going to set him into enough smash. Again, expecting him to mash out of it a bit sooner, but Zoro is playing into the I will never mash out of your minecart ever. Just not playing into that game that Steve's want to, where they up smash a bit too early. That's sort of the issue with mash type moves like that, is that you don't know when they're going to mash out, so you rush expecting them to actually mash out faster. But it all started from that loss of a kill opportunity from Passion, turning into a 95% on his last stock, and not even a second stock kill for Zoro. But the dash attack should close it out with Diamond. And now, there's a lot of damage to make up, but I wouldn't be surprised if Passion was the one to bring it all the way back with all of this strong damage. I mean, that was pretty much all true, 65%, and almost a spike to close it out. Still has plenty of iron resources to make it back, and that Elytra just barely not closing it out. 1-2-1 here. I felt like that was still very close on Passion's end, but that Elytra just barely not reaching. Going into the third game here. We shall see. By the way, if you're watching this, hydrate. Players, hydrate. Get your water. I gotta get some water myself. I gotta refuel. So, we had Lilat, Small Battlefield, and Yoshi's as the stage bands. For Zoro, choosing not wanting to leave Lilat open as an option. Small Battlefield. And Yoshi's. I assume that was just comfort. I mean, Lilat and Yoshi's both shared the same slants problem. Not wanting to deal with any slants as Pika. No Small Battlefield either. Doesn't want to go back to a PS2-like stage. So, it may be inevitable here as we go into the all-coveted best-of-5 game number 3 here, going right back to PS2. Sending up with 27% there right off of that minecart, but the percent building up very nicely for Zoro. Now it's on Zoro's end to see if he can stack the damage just as well. As we see, still very even. This is the adaptation that both players have to focus on for this third game. It's the adaptation they got from the past 2 games they played. Focus it all into the 3rd game so that both of them, or either of them, are just one solid game away from closing it out. Down air to set up for the kill, though. That anvil is just so strong. Just as powerful as you see it in the cartoons, folks. And again, that T-Jolt, it's just such a pesky option to at least set up for good damage, but it seems that Passion doesn't mind too much that the percent is building up as long as he has a good stock lead. At least go for the upbeat to set up right back to neutral. 131% though in the F smash do set up as well. Just bait out that get up attack just nicely. Classic from Pikachu to go for that F smash since Pikachu reels back. The hitbox is so strong and so massive. And for that TNT setup, almost triggering the TNT, but Zoro evading that very nicely. Immediately punishing that back air there. Understanding that when Pika is at the apex of that back air, that you might not be putting shield stun like there. So immediately going for the out smash and anvil again to set up for another stock closer. And the damage piling up as well. The block chain, as they say, getting set up here. 68% though. In building. Oh man, Passion is fishing for the habits now. Stands, he is in a pretty comfy lead position, so just wait out the habits. Yep, go for these hard reads. Go for the, try and catch an air dodge there with an F smash, but not quite going to close it. The anvil set up, nothing on it yet. But Zoro wants to prove that he's not down for the count. I mean, Passion does feel cozy and comfy here, but Zoro just wants to prove that he can adapt properly around Passion's pressure. But it seems that, well, it seemed that Zoro's reads weren't going anywhere for at least a few games. Or a few interactions there, sorry. Setting up for that up smash off the spot dodge there. Last stock situation again. Zoro has to get that valuable damage to close out those stocks properly. 108%. This is one redstone minecart away potentially. Even maybe a non-redstone minecart at higher percents as we go on. Close stocks out. But now 52%. Passion is potentially pressured to commit to these evasive options. And Zoro, we've seen so far, very patient player, is fine with waiting out these options. So he's down to wait. But unfortunately, that bagger going to close it out. That Thunder just narrowly missing. It's just timed a bit too late. And that is a 2-1 lead for Passion here.
You're up to.
Yeah, the stage bans are being decided. Of course, Game 4 is where we start to see the DSR being put into effect. So the stages you can't go back to, Zoro cannot go back to Hollow Bastion after the second game, which was on it. So deciding that maybe the damage that he was getting with Pikachu just was not valuable enough against Passion Steve. So deciding to switch to Bayonetta instead. We'll see how this works out though. Game number 4. We do see that this is Zoro's pretty much other primary character is the Bayonetta. We saw it a couple weeks ago against Mainframe, but now we're seeing it against Passion here. Game number 4, Bayonetta on Smashville. Close out the space so those ABKs and heel slides are more intimidating. Up smash setting up for pretty good damage though. Yeah, again, Zoro is playing that very patient game, but it seems that Passion is ready to abuse that very fast Steve frame data. Seeing that the Bat Within won't actually give Zoro the reward he's looking for, going for the jabs and the up tilts. Low enough end lag to not actually be punished by those evasive options from Bayonetta, and the down smash to TNT, not quite going to kill. Again, no pressure plate to actually hit there. Won't be a stock close yet, but I feel like Passion is sort of just playing his game. Nothing too intimidating to see yet. Resetting right to neutral, and he's totally fine with Bayonetta playing neutral, because one risky commitment from Zoro like that heel slide is going to be enough, a high enough commitment for Passion to just up smash and close out that stock. But on top of even more, get that huge extra credit, that nice 56%, 72 even. Ready for that down smash to set up even more, but no iron to set up an anvil after that charged down smash on the block. Down throw into ABK, DIing away on that, and just barely getting that ABK off of it. And this is ledge trap sequence for Zoro now, just setting up for an F throw. Elytra will not be edge guarded because that move is just a bit too good at as a recovery tool. Don't let the Steves tell you otherwise. Card setup, yeah. This is sort of the confidence I see from Passion. When he's up like this, he starts to pull out those big tips and tricks like Steve does. Just completely recovering under the stage there. Showing off his stuff. Showing off his Steve tech. I will go under the stage twice here. But no, that F smash will not get punished. Zoro kind of seeing that a commitment like that will be punished by a smart player like Passion. And we may already be seeing the end of it here. That F throw will not close it out either, not even a weak up air. And Passion is ready to go right back to stage with a ledge trap sequence. But a Witch Time will close out Passion's first stock. I will say that it's not too over yet, as long as Zoro can get some good damage with Bayonetta. But, oh man, only 26% off of one setup. That's not good damage that Bayonetta wants to get. But this is more of the damage we're talking about. And yeah, a bit too high. That forward air is going to close it out, and we are on last stock in game 4. This is Zoro's one chance to close things out. Go to a game 5, get another game in for victory here in Winners Finals, but Passion has something to say about it. Yeah, forward air, not even the up smash, going to be reactively catching the normal get up. Oh man, that nice setup there with the F smash as well. Zoro is completely intimidating Passion now, getting him right into the shield. So, I mean, baiting Passion into doing shield more is kind of a good thing for him anyway, since Bayonetta is very vulnerable to shield, but shield doesn't matter in these situations. Advantage state is advantage state. Setting up the block, the down smash is not going to work. Risky gun commitment, the up smash won't quite close it out yet. It could be anybody's game, but yeah. Passion does go for those comfort grabs just a bit too much, leaning into those back airs for a stock kill. Game number 5 here in Winners Finals. The Bayonetta did end up working here. We'll see if it works for the last game. Yoshi's FD and Small Battlefield as the stage bands here. Not wanting to go to a completely flat stage. Give Bayo some flat support. Going back to PS2 though, What are Zoro's options? He thinks that the Bayonetta might not be good enough to close things out in the 5th game, so switching to another character pick in the Robin. We'll see if this is enough to close out this 5th game. Again, because Passion adapts very well around his players. It is a sign of a strong player at the state level. Is that very quick adaptation. So he potentially has already adapted around Zoro's Bayonetta. But it seems this Robin might not be that much of a worry for Passion after all. Sometimes the character pick can come back to bite you if the opponent already feels pretty cozy against the character that you just picked. Jab to forward air. Almost going to be closing it out, but setting up the pressure plate and triggering the TNT, spot dodging just in time. Zoro 130 though. Setup is there, but man, Zoro is getting around pretty much every TNT setup there, closing it out, but not able to match fast enough out of a redstone minecart there. It is so fast, you need to match really fast out of that before you lose your stock. Passion noticing that. It's immediately going for the minecart. Minecart again to reset back to neutral stage. Diamond is at the ready in case he needs it. But it seems that Passion is fishing for the damage. Looking for damage first and then tools later, but that Nosferatu going to at least heal up a bit of that extra credit that Passion had built up on his second stock. DIN on the forward air though, that was potentially another stock closed out, and that is even stocks now. Up tilt into up tilt to try and set up for some good amount of damage. Diamond's at the ready though. 71% on second stock. The blocks are getting set up though. Seeing if Robin actually has the tools to get around the blocks like Zoro's other characters have. But it seems that even the Thoron is not going to be breaking through the blocks. Zoron's attack priority is actually quite low, though it is a transcendent projectile. Transcendent projectiles do not go through solid surfaces like blocks. And just going for that anvil, unfortunate, DI'd down on the anvil, going to close it out at 80. Sort of an anticlimactic closer there for game number 5, but Passion will be moving on to the winner side of Grands. We'll have to see what Losers is shaping up to. I did hear that Anarch Zero and Simply Turtles will be fighting, but it did seem that Simply Turtles did win in the set against Anarch. Bright and Simply Turtles will be going up in the loser semis. That means, though, that Bright and McDale... Wait. It was, No, it wouldn't have been... Wasn't McDale you fought in losers quarters? Who did you fight in quarters? Oh, sorry. Okay. So... It was Bright against Shy in losers quarters. To get to this point, Simply Turtles did have to fight Anarch, as I mentioned earlier. So, very interesting matchup dynamic. More GCU competition. 2 GCU players up here. Simply Turtles is the Terry, by the way, and Bright is the Ensign, by the way. Unless the players are going to start to troll us. The trolls here. They tried doing reverse mains for a second, but no shot. First game beginning. We did see the hints of the stage that they're going to go to, though. It will be Smashville. Smashville as two brawler-type characters, though. Man, this is going to be an interesting one. Such a small stage, Smashville, for two very close-range characters in Terry and Ensign. Now, I want you to tell me, how does this matchup dynamic go between Turtles and Bright? Do they play very often?
They play a decent amount. Usually Bright is the winner. But very recently, Bright has been playing a lot of different characters. Simply has had the edge against most of his characters. But against the Incineroar, usually is Bright who pulls ahead.
Yeah.
But we're seeing a decent opening from Simply here.
Even though openings, though, I mean, he's completely ready for them. I imagine you wanted Simply Turtles to just be a bit closer for that up B to actually hit properly, though side B out of that parry certainly would have been nice as well. But you miss him, you miss some, you gain some as well, 100%. Whoa, even climbing up even more from that forward throw setup. And it's Simply Turtles' advantage state now.
If we got the up B out of shield, a lot of times you'll see the power deck out of shield, but the up B will kill earlier on a lot of stages, and I think Smash doesn't kill him.
Yep.
But we got a good kill from Simply there. See Bright going forward smash, and he'll be just trying to end the stock fast, and there it is.
The run off Nair. I mean, it's those instant aerials that are just so strong. And it's like even a character with not so good recovery pathing like Incineroar can still go out there because those aerials are just so impressive.
Oh, yeah.
That Nair especially is
People
just
talk
so
about
good.
his recovery sucking a lot, but it's honestly not that bad. If you can up B early and get some good angles in, it's predictable, but he can come back from pretty much anywhere.
Oh man. That revenge down tilt was serving as putting fear in Simply Turtles' mind there. It's like that was 37% off of one little sweet kick, and I don't want to be a part of any more damage you could get off of it, but Bright reading that pretty much perfectly. Going back on stage though, that is good damage for Simply Turtles here. Still percent climbing up. He wants to take Bright's second stock earlier than he loses his.
Ooh, and he goes for the forward, or the side special there, but it doesn't really connect. Side B has a good amount of super armor since we figured that out. Down tilt, they're both just searching a neutral here. There's the up B, the move decided to work for once.
Yep. Using that heavy armor to beat out frame traps like Simply Turtles going for double down tilt. At least that move's out of shield is quite fast, though it is committal. But if you know that a character like Terry, which most Terrys are going to do, they're going to try and frame trap with their tilts just to find some kill setup. Then you can go for up Bs there. Good advantage state starting out for Bright here, man. Even by missing those aerials that the layer is still going to hit.
Yeah, and it puts the fear of God in you. That I'm surprised that F Smash didn't kill, but team going off stage, going for these aerials here, not a very wise decision in that case, but all he needs is one down tilt pretty much anywhere on the stage to lead to forward air.
The percent isn't too high to actually get any good kill setups from Terry here. It'll take at least one set of damage here.
Yep, and he's on go, so.
Yep. Good source of damage there.
Yeah,
And
ooh, and that was a great read by Simply Turtles. Running off and going for that spike there. Outplayed.
very powerful spike.
Go to the bathroom, he can't tell you not to.
Very powerful option. And reading the fact that, the instance pathing on some characters, especially Terry, can be deceptively good because you can sort of do just the Alolan Whip very, very low, and then double jump up B very high. And a lot of characters actually don't have very good options around that, especially if their recovery isn't like super good. But Simply Turtles understanding that he was going to be resorting to the low recovery and going for that down air there. Very good way to close out that first game. And game number 2 here on Small Battlefield. Glad to see the adaptation on Bright's end here, especially on his recovery.
Yep, they play each other so much they kind of know each other's general recovery pathing as well. Get a look at that read there, and he's starting off really well here. He's almost got 100% on already. Right, just struggling to land and get a foothold here. Does for a second, but it doesn't really matter. He's back off stage again.
It's just one big special out of hit stun, and man, that down tilt just narrowly crouching right under the side B. Unfortunate situation, but that dash attack, the big shoulder tackle going to close it out right off the top.
Definitely got a great start for Simply Turtles here.
Trying to set up for even more damage. You see that Bright is already going for those risky plays, going for that trying to abuse that super armor startup of the earlier moves, and man, that
There's the
down
down tilt forward tilt I was talking about earlier.
so strong. It is one of the most powerful kill confirms that Incineroar has at the ledge.
It's crazy. Here's the Lariat again. He's getting dash attacked out of that quite a few times. Again, it probably is his best move to use in a panic situation. But still, if you do miss that move and the opponent can wait it out, then it can have consequences.
On 30%. No setup yet for Rising Tackle off of this. No, even with the charge, that wouldn't have killed yet. So
Yeah.
still a bit of time. One more Terry setup before his stock is going to be closed out. But Bright has something to say about it.
Yeah, and I don't see him going for very many of those Alolan whips. Match it. There we go. Another thing off a down tilt. Both these characters get so much off that move. Never see another down tilt into the down air.
I did like the setup there.
Great revenge.
I do really like the kill setup ideas from Bright here, but unfortunately the percents are just a bit too low. But at least he closed it out with a Lariat there, getting to the last stock, keeping it even.
And this is definitely anyone's game here. We see Simply taking the lead and getting Incineroar off stage, but he will make that back. He reads the roll there.
You see, based on that downer in the last game, that he's pressuring Bright to go for high recoveries at this point, but he's already ready completely to just read it out and played the ledge trapping position.
Yeah, Simply's doing an excellent job just holding center stage and not letting Bright get where he wants. But all of a sudden, he's off ledge. Yeah, the back air. Now we see that down tilt, forward tilt. Then he goes for trying to read the high recovery. Now Simply's in control again. We'll make that back. Yep, the dash attack that will be good.
Enough to seal it out for the second game here. That's 2-0 for Simply Turtles. Again, it's that thing you mentioned where Simply Turtles, you said he struggles more against Bright's Instant, but the fact that he's played Bright's other characters so often, it means that he can actually pick up on Bright's player habits more
For sure.
often, because if he's got the edge on Bright's other characters, he'll certainly have an edge when Bright is doing the same habits as a player as Instant as well. So he's picking up on those very nicely, abusing Incineroar's big disadvantages, and just one game away from a top 3 here.
Yep, for sure. I could totally see this going either way. So I could see the reverse 3-0 potentially. Bright starts getting more of these edge guards, and he starts throwing out less of these risky moves. You're seeing a lot of the neutral B getting punished and things like that.
Yeah.
Even though he's only at 50 or 60, it's getting him off stage and putting him in disadvantage. And Simply's able to keep him there and just rack up damage over and over. So
Yeah.
going to PS2, a very similar stage to the last time.
At least give Bright wider room to move around, because that's sort of the thing against Terry. I know Srill was saying I was wrong when I was talking about this, just sort of backseating on his set against Simply. But that's the thing. Even if Bright as an Incineroar player was to keep it close, Terry wins neutral just by getting close to you, not by getting a hit, just by getting in close range. So you don't want Terry to be like right there up to you. You want to, even if you end up very close, you just want to get out of there like Bright did, just trying to Phantom Footstool right away from Terry, but Simply is closing in the space very well, using that mobility that is so much better than Instance by comparison.
Yep, he's just, like I said, he's just keeping Incineroar on disadvantage, getting one hit and just leading off of it over and over. Incineroar struggling to get back on stage and get any meaningful positioning. See here, he has a chance to unit up.
Yeah,
That was
Revenge.
very smart, very smart. Revenge it to the forward air, I like it.
Yep, smart. Works on every character. At least it's consistent. Get up attack though. Trying to set up for a evasive option read there with the side B.
Yeah, we see a lot of these side Bs trying to go for early reads. And when they do hit, it's effective, but a lot of these have been missing too, putting them in disadvantage.
Yeah, I certainly love the side of Bright in comparison to like maybe last week, where against players like McDale, he played things way more patiently, played things really slow, waited things out a bit more. I would like to see that as well against Simply Turtles, despite the fact that Terry is rushing in, he's pressing a lot of buttons, it's forcing him to commit a lot, but playing things a bit more slow and defensive is still the preferred way of going. But this is not working out for Bright. Sitting on last stock here, potentially his last stock of the entire bracket.
Yeah, we could see a 3-0 here. We're just going to have to see if Bright adjusts his game plan a little. We get an early kill here, and that's definitely going to help him out. That's not quite killing, but it gets simply into a bad position. Very smart not to use the command input. If he does that, he'll poke above. If he doesn't, he'll snap the ledge.
Yep.
If he pokes above, it's going to be a free stock for Fedora on this one. You can crack shit. I like that mix-up.
Hasn't been using too much of that, actually, the crack shoot. I mean, it's such a strong option, especially if you don't use a whole lot of it. But, man, trying to put the Buster Wolf right in his face, but Bright was just fine with completely grabbing his fist and just closing it out on that second stock. 111, though. Bad spot. Ooh. This is, again, 2 Terry conversions here.
Ooh, that was a very nice wait out. He knew the revenge was coming, so he waited out to grab. Wanted Bright to wait out the dash attack, but he got the something on the up B. Not quite gonna kill, but another one of those probably will.
Oh, most certainly. I mean, it's just one good hit here. Oh, no!
If only that move worked! Bro, I saw him go for the same thing against Chag and Ascension. Both times they both fell out of the move.
It's
I respect him going for it though.
I do respect it, but it was something that Bright mentioned actually earlier when we were discussing it. Is Instant really only has 2 angles to go for with that up B to actually convert into a kill off of a suicide option like that, basically. So it is very precise and so dependent on the opponent's DI. Because if they just DI properly, that up B is not going to connect really no matter the angle. So it's a hard guess. That guess just didn't work out in the end, and Simply is going to be making it to top 3, going to be up against Zoro next.
That'll be an interesting one. I'm not sure of their set count exactly. I want to say Simply usually wins this, but you never know. Zoro's been playing pretty good today.
Yeah, them playing pretty well. At least got to a top 3 winners position.
Oh, yeah, made
so
winners finals.
Yeah, very strong. Even I'm pretty sure he was one of the players who. No, it wasn't Narca did that actually. No, Zoro has had a very good path through this bracket, but he needs to close things out and make his way right up to Passion again to do a rematch. Simply just wants to make it to Grands at all to fight against Passion and see if he has the chance to potentially win this Firefox Fridays, hold it down for the GCU crowd here.
Yeah, I could see it go. Like I said, this next match, I can definitely see it going either way. I'm assuming we'll mostly see Terry versus Pikachu.
Yes.
I don't think we'll see Zoro starting out with the Bayonetta, and certainly not with the Robin.
No, I mean, it's...
But you could see the Fox, maybe the Lucario. We'll have some of those deep pocket picks, but no, it's going to be Terry against Pikachu.
Okay, wait, hold on, for real? No,
Yeah.
that'd be such a mess to set up on. Do you remember how Pokken used to be set up? It's two monitors. You played Pokken at Evo? Oh my god, that was a whole mess, that game. But
that game, I played it online a little. It was something, bro.
Yeah.
Wait, who
No,
do you
I
play?
mean,
Makes sense. There's all those annoying electric attacks.
Zoro favored as well. Zoro's a big fan of the Libre.
I played Charizard do the funny seismic toss. Let's go. At Evo? Gotcha.
Hey, remember this.
This sounds like a rager. He's a choker, not a closer. I'll be sitting back down in 1 second. Just need to grab some.
I need to heal myself up again. We are waiting on both players here. Zoro is just heading into the venue again. Zoro and simply complimenting Zoro's skills with the ramen just before he smashes him to pieces. Of course, the only priority is to win here. The compliments are nice before the set starts, but it's all brawl when you go right into it. Seeking victory is simply, same with Zoro here. Both players want to meet passion in grands. We will be seeing Terry Pika.
Already, just like we predicted.
To go up against Steve, as Passion is eagerly waiting in a grand side. But starting on PS2 here, the classic start.
Oh yeah,
Everybody's
not surprised
favorite.
at all to see this. Dude, good opening from Simply, but they're turning it around right away.
Yeah, that's the thing I've had issues with seeing from Zoro, was that his damage conversions haven't been super consistent with Pika, despite the fact that Thunder was very close to actually closing out Simply stock. The damage wise haven't been super consistent from Zoro's end. Just the set against Passion, I wasn't seeing a whole lot of damage carry from Zoro, so
Gotcha.
hopefully he can fix that up against Simply here, carrying those conversions. I mean,
So
Zoro
far,
is
he's doing a good job.
yeah, he is doing well, but that's sort of the mark of Zoro's play. He is very like, I will stand still and wait for you kind of patience.
For sure. I've seen him time people out. He knows what he's doing.
DZ might be ready to do that in this set based on the little chagrin he had.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, both people are approaching right now, it seems. Got the go. What he can make happen with it.
Is that confidence not to pull out any weird evasive option on Zoro's edge guarding? Just drift right to ledge. Have some confidence. Oh no, the dash attack's not going to work out though. At these kill percents, you cannot do anything risky. Keep it safe.
Yeah, he's going to go straight into the power dunk. Good decision to not go for the Buster Wolf out of that.
Yeah.
Pikachu may have fallen out. You can't escape that.
Oh,
See
man.
if Simply can get a lead going here.
Yeah, you might be using even more of Terry's favorite approach option, which is roll behind. No, roll behind. It's Terry's favorite approach option. You just get right behind them and auto turnaround saves you. F tilt cracks you though for some good damage.
Oh yeah, he loves throwing out the power wave and then just crack shooting right after. Such a hard combination to get past.
Very powerful frame trap there from Pika will be that forward air. Even if it's not entirely true off a down throw, you can at least down air it in turn.
Yeah, Thunder wasn't really close to hitting there, but I like the idea.
A double upper, not getting anything crazy off of it. Again, that damage, it wasn't even just the damage, it was the advantage state as well. Completely like foregoing that advantage state, deciding, oh, I have to go back to ledge. I can't carry my damage further, but Simply ended up going back to stage, and now we're in the situation where, I mean, Simply was an advantage, but we're back to neutral, and it seems Simply is back in his comfort zone.
Yeah, but he's back at ledge we're seeing again. That was a nice tech on his part, but he managed to get through. A lot of these things, he's getting 1 or 2 hits in, but he's not able to finish them off. Nice command input, but game has been very even. They're hitting back and forth, but that up smash will take it.
I feel like, despite the fact that I was mentioning Terry's role earlier, I feel like Simply is already getting a bit too stuck in using that. Maybe he's gotten a bit too comfortable in using those evasive options since Zoro hasn't been abusing them super hard, but at least that spot dodge worked out, avoided the F-tilt from Zoro, getting that jab rising tackle to close out that second stock.
See Nair Loop start out here. He got 1 or 2 of them off, but Terry's got some good things of his own. Yeah, and that power does not working out too well for him.
Yeah,
Yes, over and over, he's SDI and out. I'd like to see him go for the up B out of the jab again, maybe. Every time he's done that, it's connected really well.
Nair down smash.
So that's not going to kill quite yet. But
the kill screen, I was pure confidence that was completely lying to us.
Yeah.
But goes at the ready. Down tilt, jab into Buster Wolf.
Okay.
Completely true.
That's big in it. That's the first time you actually went for that combo in this game so far.
Yeah.
Every other time he's power dunked out of it or he's up beat out of it.
Yep.
That technically isn't true, but it's so hard to escape from. You're not going to
Well,
escape.
jab at power dunk by itself is not, or Buster Wolf. Jab at Buster Wolf by itself won't be true. Down tilt Buster Wolf by itself won't be true. down tilt F tilt Buster Wolf is only true on certain DI, but that is the only true Buster Wolf conversion, is that down tilt jab Buster Wolf. Because they actually get sent up enough that they're stuck in enough hit stun from jab that they aren't forced to the ground super early, like if they would just from a regular jab. So they're forced into that Buster Wolf. Losing that last stock there, game 2 situation.
That was a very close game. Ooh, very nice reading the crack shoot there. Like I said, he knows that Simply loves to throw down the power wave and then crack shoot right afterwards. It's such a good move, but yep. Town's such a small stage. I thought he was going to be taking it. I feel like it would on a lot of other stages too, honestly.
Oh yeah,
That's
no.
a good play from Zoro.
Just carrying with the horizontal power. I mean, this is the exact situation you want out of your counter pick to immediately abuse the strengths of what your character's good at, which is that horizontal carry that Pika is so strong at, and that good patience there. Immediately waiting out these defensive options, and Zoro is going totally in right now.
Yeah, like I said, Simply's desperate to take this right now, but he's gonna have to just play it patient, I think. Slowly whittle his way back in, but that's very difficult against Pikachu. This character, if he wants to camp you, he can camp you.
Again,
Then we got the nice Buster Wolf. That is gonna kill. He does have Go.
still plenty damage to carry on. I imagine, yeah, he's looking for the up tilts now to get Buster Wolf conversions right off of them, but Zoro's saying no go for you, and 2 stocks still on Zoro's end.
Yep, I wouldn't be surprised if just something take the stock fast. His town, so.
Oh no, completely caught his jump. That should be a stock.
Yep, and he's not coming back from that.
I understand the idea for being a bit more patient against that forward air setup, because we saw Zoro literally take Simply's stock with that Thunder before, but just waiting things out, you need to have the reactions to be able to avoid the Thunder, because the Thunder, that is its vulnerability, is that its startup is very high, so you can react to it in time.
For sure.
Don't rush to using your resources unless you see that the Thunder is going to be pulled out. Though I do kind of understand the rush to double jumping there. Zoro was in a position where he also could have just down aired, and that would have also been simply stuck. So
Yep, he had him in a great position off stage.
good offensive position for Zoro
He gave you the Eric look.
in that entire second game, but we will see going into the third game at least what the position for Simply is going to be. I mean, it's at least a change of positions here. The blast zones aren't as big of a factor, but we have to see Simply's adaptation around the offstage options that Zoro is pulling out. All the downer weak hit even.
That dash attack at ledge. Oh, you hate to see it.
You do hate to see it. So the absolute worst thing you want to see is just a Pika completely messing up the quick attack angles and just completely decimating them. So it's just SDing right there. Unfortunate spot, but at least the Thunder is going to close out that first stock.
Yep.
And he's just fishing for the spikes now. He's in the double downer. He's ready for the high recovery.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. When it simply goes against people with a jump pad from ledge, they die so fast. It's crazy. They get
Yeah.
downer in every stock. But Zoro's doing a good job of mixing up his options coming up from ledge. Back in advantage again. He's doing a good job of getting damage on.
See here, at least it's a good percent climb up for Zoro. I mean, the patience from the patience from the last game seemed to have been very, very strong for Zoro, since Simply really likes to play the scrapping game. I mean, he was forcing Bright in the last set to press a bunch of buttons and force out his patience, but we now see a very patient player in Zoro now fighting against a style like this.
You deserved that. You taunted. You deserved that. So the taunt and to get bodied, it's
As soon as
No, right before this, was a turtle taunted back at him.
As soon as you rushed to get a Vantage State right there off of that ledge trap, is as soon as that happens, you're just immediately getting punished.
Does Power Guys have like super armor? Or does it have heavy armor?
Yes.
no
I
power.
believe
It's heavy.
No.
Is heavy
Power
armor-
Geyser is super armor, so
It's super armor.
yeah, it will. It is very dangerous, but that Thunder won't close it out. No, it's so deceptive. they thought that the spike would actually matter, but it didn't. Just sitting right into the actual attack of Thunder. Nice damage buildup, though, at least. These Thunders are hitting their mark almost every single time.
A lot of these unsafe fractures in. Yeah, you hate
No
to
tech
see
either.
that.
It's okay, bro.
At least
And
it is a
I'm going
2-1.
to switch out for Chris. I'd like to get on the mic, so.
All right. Get it.
Hi. I'm jumping in.
Been seeing. You've been watching much of this set.
I
It's
saw
been
that. I saw that. Power guy.
everybody saw that Power Geyser. That was ridiculous.
You done got clipped.
Yeah, for sure.
Or you saw Zoro.
Heard Zora's squeal of danger as he got Power Geysered on that second stock.
His squeal of veal. His squeal of valor, as they call it in the States.
But even then, it didn't seem that Power Geyser mattered too much as he still closed things out in convincing fashion in that third game.
Yeah.
Now just one game away. Zoro wants that rematch against Passion real bad. But Sobi Turtles have something to say. Early stock here.
Yeah.
No, that
Dang.
downer is so devastating. Very from ledge. Like, of the defense, like,
It's
if,
so
so if you
fast.
call out a ledge jump,
Yeah,
they
it's
just, people just, they just die.
Yeah.
Same with, like, Ryu and Ken.
Yeah,
That's
the downer is one of his strongest aerials. Just
And I was
completely.
like, just Terry just got everything for all the options. He's got like down tilt for everything, and then the one thing he doesn't have that down tilt doesn't cover, like jump, and you can just do that with that reactive down air.
Because that's the thing, he's not going to land it like off stage too much because Pikachu has like an immensely better off stage, so he really has to use it as like a ledge hop collar.
No, it's super good for catching up.
Oh, nice tag.
Good tech.
Like he's got go. That's devastating, especially on the.
Yeah, at least he's keeping his patience by only sticking to jab too. But
That
yeah,
was a nice thunder.
we saw in a bunch of earlier sets when Zoro was on stream that he is a catcher of those high recoveries with the jump thunder.
Yeah, he's really good at that. That's probably where he gets a lot of
actually
his, most of his mileage. I say.
Catches.
Part of Zoro's gameplay, I would say, as we've seen, like he's really good at getting out of the corner and keeping people.
Yeah, it's that patience that I was mentioning earlier in these games. Was Zoro's a very patient, smart player. He is fine with just standing still and waiting things out. So that comes up very often in the ledge timing position. He's so good at it. But I mean,
It also suits Pikachu super well.
yeah.
Zoro would just hit sometimes and then just act on hits on either be like a Power Guys or back shoot, air, down air, whatever it may be. Oh, no way.
Yeah. There's that.
The crouch shoot served as a good bait on the platform. It's like, I'm at least charging in this shield. You
No.
can't up air me, no shot, and then just crack shoot. All right, rising tackle from below and get that very early stock closer knockout.
So who was on ledge? Was Zoro on ledge or was
It was Zoro on ledge for a
Zoro on
bit,
ledge?
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Pretty okay. Zoro on ledge. He just jumped up and did the. Yeah, he did work at Chick-fil-A. Got the Chick-fil-A sauce, as they call it. Don't steal it. That is a bad joke. That is a bad joke. Do not take it.
Game number
Alright.
5.
Yay.
Going FD.
Oh, on
Surprised Simba didn't ban this.
this is
This is
probably
definitely like one of Pikachu's like.
only advantageous stages. Like
Well-
Pikachu doesn't have a bad stage, but this is like a good stage for him.
What was it with the ageless or like the ban jab? Because you have 3 bans, you can ban all 3 of like the Pika stages: Violet, Kalos, and D. I'm surprised.
If he jumps in, commentate.
Oh, he was expecting that to hit.
Jump on
He was
it.
expecting that to.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
And like, especially so, like you were mentioning the FD as a counter pick option for Zoro, despite the fact that it is very strong for Pika FD. You know, it is a fighting game character that is on a flat stage. Any character like this is going to enjoy it anyway. But as you see right now, the counter pick is a counter pick for a reason. Going to FD, still pulling out very well for Zoro. It's just been a back and forth this entire set. One player takes one game, one player plays the other.
But I feel like on the platform, I feel like Terry is like out of all the FGs, best out.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it just gives us options to cover
Yep.
in regards of ledge trapping it. Be easier to keep him off. Back to where.
Landing catch though with the F smash, and man, this is 2 stocks up, 71%. I feel like we might already be seeing things close out very soon here for Zoro. Wants to go to Grands again to fight Passion for a second time.
That's good. Could be it. Oh, nope. Waiting. Panic option. Simply not the one.
Aw, man.
Simply taking it slow now because he's.
Yeah.
There's a lot of just.
It's a lot of pressure on being on the last stock of a set. You wanna try and be a closer, and that requires a lot of patience. But
Not able to.
Simply has found his home in running players out of their patience. So being patient himself, hoping that's gonna work out, and at least he took a stock off of it.
He's got away from. FC. He's definitely seen Simply. Get it. Feels with go. Or and early.
Yeah, for sure.
Really good recovery.
But I mean, it's 93%. It's one dash. I mean, I feel like Simply, based on Terry's damage output, has so little to actually has so little to work with, and there's so many conversions to extend off of. At least he's going to get permanent go now at this point. It's either go or he's going to lose his stock and lose his set. But Nair down smash.
I think it's gonna hit. Oh, no, he's living. Terry's a big
No
boy.
way.
The kill stream lying again.
Down throw. Ooh,
He's covering
out,
everything.
but unfortunately.
Yeah. Everything was perfectly covered. I mean, it was.
Wait, wait, can Simply turtle?
Yes. Woo. It was crazy. But
Yo,
Why
man,
you think they're bad?
you're
Yeah.
cooking on platforms.
Grands, everybody.
Finals. He's really getting that rebound. Getting the rematch.
Got the little bolt.
So, who do you think?
I might have to give the seat to this guy. I think I gotta give the seat to Grands. This is going to be his table.
Because
Going to be his show, all right?
Who do you got? Who do you got winning this? You got Passion or Zoro?
probably be here for a little.
Passion, Steve, or Zoro, the peak.
If you want, you can sit down with him.
I don't care though. Might as well.
Yeah. Go.
There he is. I was about to yell for Passion. No, there he is.
So what are we expecting to see, Lobo?
Let's turn the mic.
Speak loudly. So.
Wait.
So what do you think this matchup is going to be like? How do you think Pichu and Steve interact? How do you think their game?
Well, they're gonna be kind of equal because high tier and Steve is just cracked.
Steve is just
Steve is
cracked.
Steve is just cracked. Yo, you heard it here from the man, the myth, the legend, Lil Bulb. Pikachu is high tier, but Steve is just cracked.
What? No, don't ask me that.
No, don't ask him.
Don't say that at all. That is a very bad thing.
Because they can't.
Oh. We're in public right now, Parker. It is kind of rude.
Alright, we
So,
got it started. Grand
did you know-
Finals.
So, do you know what move scaling is? You know what move scaling is in this game? Yes. So, what happens when you use a move? It gets less and less powerful the more you.
Oh.
But there are certain things that you back. So that's why you'll see a lot of the time they'll grab and pummel. They'll hit them while they're grabbed. and then that will refresh, and then it'll unstale the moves so that they'll be back to like how they are when the game first
So
starts.
like Luma.
So say I do back air on you 70 times. My back air is going to be very weak, right? But if I refresh it with doing other moves, then my back air gets back to where it was normally. Because there's like I think it's like 10 hits?
I think it's 7 or 9.
It's 7 or 9 hits for that.
Ah.
For where your moves, for which moves are stale.
Okay.
Thing with Pikachu though is that he can jab Steve's crafting table and unstale his move. It's true. He did fall asleep. The stuffed animals are taking a nap.
Don't tell him. I like Kutchi.
So essentially, so essentially, whenever Pikachu has a free moment and he's right next to Steve's minecart, you're gonna see him jab it. You're gonna see him hit his head against it a couple times, and that's just gonna make his moves like better than they would be.
Because like I mean, Zoro's not really putting himself in a position where like the scaling is needing it, because he's not like he's like just sitting back shooting 10 T-jolts at once or just doing back air.
No,
so I mean
but
it is like a very micro thing in the matchup.
I think it's very interesting that it happens though. It's not a big part of this matchup, but I still think it's a fun interaction that
And
happens.
it's a minor thing in the matchup that honestly
See,
I
there it is.
never thought about. There are
Okay.
definitely other characters like do
Uh,
that.
That's true.
Like another character I'm thinking
like
of, like Meta Knight.
probably
That's
60% chance that I think Zoro's gonna win.
Zoro's
Oh, you got Zoro?
Zoro is doing a very good job.
Zoro's already,
He's doing a
I
very
think,
good job
very
keeping him off
strong
stage.
lead.
Because Steve doesn't have any resources, he doesn't have any iron, so
Yep.
there's no way that he can
Or
use Minecraft to get
diamond.
back. Or diamond, but that's
But he
waiting
has
for later.
stone.
He do have stone.
Oh, the back door front,
Yeah.
I,
Can't Pikachu duck through? Can't Pikachu duck through the grab?
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
Steve grab is very like weird because like you can catch people in the air and like
It's
it has
also-
some like weird spots.
It has a weird
Oh,
arc.
hold on. Passion bringing us back real quick.
Oh, interesting. They're using quick attack just to get back onto stage and like
And
taking
hitting the
something.
hitting the crafting stage. And now Steve just fighting with his fists, like literally no resources
yeah.
on deck.
I don't think Passion wants to craft tools right now because he's at such a high percent, so I don't think
Well,
he
he
really.
has to craft something because he can't really get the. I mean, he can get the kill with like
he,
an up smash or
he can
something.
get it with up throw.
Up
It's not
throw,
gonna do it
up
yet.
throw, and
As long as he edge guard, I think he has
Oh, the
enough.
footstool. Oh, grab back throw. This might do.
Yeah,
up throw,
that's gonna take it. So
As long as
yeah, so we're seeing Passion manage his resources just to wait for his last stock to where he can pull out diamond.
And
So
then now
he's got the up tilt. So oh, he is making it.
And, well, even if he doesn't.
Oh, he has another diamond. That's what happened.
He has and he also has gold. So.
That's true. So he's going to be using a lot of fast mine cards. He's
gold
probably,
is worse than iron.
Gold is worse than iron, but it's actually in this game it's as strong as diamond, but it's weaker and it's also fast.
Yeah, it makes moves faster and it powers up minecart a lot more.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Passion being pretty dominant in the second
And,
stock.
after
Yeah.
Zoro taking and grabbing like 100% passion, answering straight back with taking 3 stocks without losing one.
Can't even see him behind the thing. There he is. This is Lil Bulb, everybody.
Oh, this is the genius, the man, the myth, the legend.
This man is cracked. He's epic.
He's cracked, but is he as cracked? He's more cracked than.
He's more cracked than Steve, honestly.
Can I tell you how cracked I am?
How cracked
That
are you?
is spiked stick.
You despise Storm?
No,
I think
spiked.
Spike Storm.
And I remember Spike Storm. No.
I don't think anybody's ever spiked Storm before.
While he was
Nobody's
doing his
ever
uppy,
actually
while
done
he
it.
was doing
It's
his
impossible.
uppy, like, look,
I know.
pretend this was me. Wait,
Oh yeah, the upbeat.
look. Pretend this was. Pretend this is.
Not ooh.
No, actually, it was like this.
Game 2, where are we headed?
Oh, was it? I heard the bands were like.
Town
We're
and
going to town. Very good.
Very good Steve stage.
Yeah, what was it? I mean, just about every Pika stage good. I don't know a single bad Pika.
Pikachu does not have a bad stage.
Okay, I
Pikachu is
changed
just
my
that good of an
mind
all-around
that
character.
passion
Oh, you changed your mind?
is
That
100% good.
Oh,
Actually,
okay.
more like 75%.
75% because Zoro's comboing him right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Ooh,
Passion with patented big loops.
yeah, that's fair.
Passion with that platinum combos.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, having to. I believe, because I believe,
really a
I
useful
believe
move.
to hit when Steve's throwing minecart at you, you have to do like 7 or 8 damage. I think.
Yeah.
I believe I.
No, it's minecart is absolutely broken.
Yeah, and then,
My card is pretty good
Pikachu
edge
doesn't
guard.
really have anything. Good air dodge.
But the thing is
Ledge
that
trap. Oh,
like this entire first stock, Passion has not had any iron because Zoro has just kept so close to it.
Oh,
Ooh!
man, oh, Passion
he has
tried
some
to
iron.
end it like early, but Zoro said, "No, what are you doing?"
He said, "Nah,
He said,
dog."
"No, what are
Nah,
you doing? Here's some
dog."
thunder."
Nah,
no,
dude.
but Zoro might be trying to. And Zoro trying to
Ooh.
end it early too, man. He's like, "Yo, I can't believe you trying to do that to me. I'm gonna do it to you."
Pikachu really gives you the freedom to just do whatever you want on stage, off stage. He's really good to let you just get brave with it. He's got such a good recovery and he's got such
He
good
just does
tools.
everything.
He's got good tools to kill early. But then again,
Passion covering all.
yeah, that's what I think.
Ooh,
Ooh,
the
that
ledge
was
can, the le- yeah, the up B ledge cancel. Passion is a big fan of that.
Zoro physically tilted his head in confusion at that.
Yeah, no, because not a lot of characters. Because ledge cancel was a big thing.
Yeah.
Moves away a lot of characters. There are a couple characters, mainly like Telt characters.
Yeah, like
Palutena.
Mewtwo, Palutena still have it. Steve
But,
still has it because
yeah, Steve has it because I do.
if he lands it correctly, he can do stuff that's pretty broken.
But it's-
Oh, double parry.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
just
Yeah.
the Chad double
but,
parry.
but Passion doing a lot of these.
Did you know there's once
Anvil's
was
out of
more
shield,
than a double
after
parry,
seeing
more
Jake
than
do
a
that.
triple, more than a quadruple?
The multi parry.
Once again, Passion takes.
Can I tell you?
Diamond
It was a
Jab,
Ken
Diamond Jab.
player, and basically, Young Link was doing uppy, and
Yeah.
he parried all the attacks.
No way.
No,
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
You parried all of Link's up B?
all of
No,
wait, he
no,
had to
Young
parry that.
Link's
That's
uppy.
crazy.
No, Young Links.
Young Link.
Zoro really does have to keep right on Passion's tail just to
Yeah,
keep him
Passion's got
from
such a
getting
good
any
lead.
amount of iron.
Passion got such a comfortable lead. He's just building and then now
Where'd
just
all
throwing out his
the
smashes with diamond
plushy
because he
go?
can.
Wait, where'd all the plushy
Oh,
go?
so someone just
Yeah, Passion is not approaching at all.
yeah, he's just in a really comfortable.
Yeah, he
Now
got
he's
got
got
pretty
so many
cocky with the
resources.
forward smash though. No.
Yeah, he's just throwing out these down forward smashes.
Yeah.
Running into
Now he's
the.
got gold, so now
Think about Gold. It's got such a
yeah,
fast. Look at how
again,
fast
with
that
the
is.
dash back forward smash. Passion is
Dang,
not.
catching it up. I feel like forward air can catch really any option that Steve does.
Yeah, it's so late.
Oh, he went for the
tried to end
spike.
it. He tried to catch the.
Yeah. I mean, if it had worked out, it would have been
Yeah,
awesome.
It would have been, Oh, but that
He is doing a very good job
shield.
keeping him off stage. Which,
Surprised that
ooh,
actually did.
taking center stage.
Oh shit. Oh, this could be it.
Oh, he tried planking him
He
out.
tried doing some. Crazy
He
stuff
tried
on the ledge of
cheesing.
What happened to the combo?
Up throw.
Probably a
Is that gonna kill?
back
Oh,
throw.
he teched it. Is up throw gonna
block.
kill?
Forward throw.
I think he's just trying to do it. Up throw definitely would have
This
killed,
could be the
but
end of his game.
I don't know if Passion's like toying around or he's just.
I think he was at first. Now he realizes that.
Ooh,
See,
yeah.
like, look at how, like, oh,
Yeah,
but Zoro
yeah.
with the forward air.
Ooh.
Take,
If Passion had up thrown him there, he would have died. Guaranteed.
Hey,
well,
they
Pikachu's
can't
so-
it's 'cause he
Pikachu-
didn't, he didn't have, what was it? It's a much
Hey, they kinda
larger ceiling,
semi.
and he didn't have
I'll
range,
say
so.
that's
like, he might have
it's
blitzed,
he's a 130 and it's Pikachu.
I guess, yeah. I've died at, like, one thing. Like,
Exactly. I mean, it's on town, which has a higher ceiling, but like,
That's what I'm
dude,
saying. 'Cause,
it's
like,
still
because,
gonna
like,
kill.
Game one, they were on a PS2, which
Ba-dum,
had
bum,
lower
bum.
ceilings, and
Ba-dum, bum, bum.
fans were
Ba-dum. Mhm.
Passion's counterpick.
Passion's counter pick. Passion counter pick.
Going back to
Going back.
PS2, right?
Going back to
You know,
PS2.
Passion, his stage, Passion stages of choice are normally
Bro,
PS2.
why does almost everybody pick PS2?
It's a good stage.
PS2 is the most neutral stage in the game. PS2 is
It's like small battlefields. That's good
It's like
vibes.
yeah, and people also like small battles. It's like because there's one platform on each side. So no matter where you are, you have a platform to retreat to.
It's really good for DK especially. I play DK. It's really good because I can A, do ding dongs, and B, it helps out with my disadvantage. You know what a ding dong is. I've hit you with one of those.
Lil Bulb doesn't get hit by no ding dongs.
No, I hit Lil Bo with ding dongs. I'm cracked.
No way.
Pikachu busted?
Can I tell you what character I haven't played against?
What? You two?
I haven't played against him.
How about Ice Climbers?
I think I have.
Oh, you have? What about Lucas?
No.
Okay. That was a nice grab.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that was a nice spot touch.
If Steve, I think just about anything does to activate the TNT, he can like cancel the spot dodge, so he doesn't get hit at all.
Yeah.
Like if he puts like a French plate on like a platform, he can tilt it and spot dodge, and now what he did like the down tilt.
Dude, Zoro's popping off right now. I'm just like, I didn't even focus on commentating.
Yeah.
My commentary turned into, wow, that was a nice insert move here. Until like,
No, but Lil Bulb is dropping his.
he's dropping wisdom on us. In fact, he's
That's
actually
more important
correct.
than a grand finals. 50 person.
Oh, the Anvil gonna kill.
Yeah, Anvil just.
What is he at?
He was at like around 100.
Yeah, Passion is dominating this game. He's only taking
And
84%.
now he's got. At 40, he's got dime. I'm in coach.
Oh, the
What's
foot.
the-
Oh, he
oh,
went
he
for
was
the
fast.
roll.
Bruh, he beat me.
Passion is.
Dang.
Passion is going off right now. My man's is feeling himself.
Right across the field.
Trying to get the
Right
stuff.
across the stage.
Yeah, sad. You're in bracket right now. You are in green. It's good.
The Uno reverse
Man's is a laser.
edge guarding.
Yeah, Passion has
Actually,
adapted
being-
really well.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's
an interesting interaction with
that's smart.
T-Jolt.
Pikachu and.
My man got the big brain.
T-Jolt is absolutely busted. It is one of the best moves in Pikachu's kit, and that's saying something. It's such a good neutral tool. It's such a good combo extender. It's such a good edge guard tool as well. Oh, you didn't tag it.
It's
Should've
both
tagged it.
attacks. You're right. You should have tagged.
It's okay.
He should have tagged.
Oh, he almost got the
Oh,
shield.
that was almost
Excuse me.
that was almost a soul.
Your shield is but a pebble, but a skittle.
But now Passion sitting comfortably with Diamond. Ledge trap.
Yeah.
And yes, there's
Got him
that's
with
a
it.
very broken ledge trapping.
TNT's a broken.
Yeah, because it can, I believe it covers every option. Because like it can cover the start of a jump. It covers roll, it covers give attack.
You really have to mix up your timing and just to
Yeah,
not
it's
get
all
hit
about
by
the
that.
because like I think one of the best thing to do is if hope he messes up and then you try to like jump back, or what you can do is as he's blowing
look
it
at
up,
this.
you can get up attack in and you'll have the inventory.
That's true. You can, or you can get up and spot dodge. We've seen
Big
we've seen
whips.
we've seen Zoro do that a couple times.
Yeah, it's like mostly was it? Good Steve will be able to react to it, and so you can do it.
Wait, look at
Oh,
me
but we're
turning
seeing a
into
switch to
Among Us.
Bayonetta, which was actually working out for Zoro pretty well in his final.
Yeah, so we're switching to Bayonetta, going to Hall of Bastion. Is this a good stage for Bayo? I actually have no idea.
I'm sure. I know it's a good stage for a lot of games.
Hey, look at this. I'm close to the mic, but I'm quiet. Hello, guys.
No, we got the little bulb.
We got the,
ASMR.
no, stop. Turn that off. Turn that off. We are not getting Little Bulb ASMR. No. Don't remember.
No, I'm close to the mic, but I'm quiet. I'm
That's-
far from the mic. I'm loud.
Exactly. That's actually how you want to do it. Unless
Like
you
this.
want to be.
Like this.
What we've seen from Zoro is his characters are very good at just keeping in close and staying there. Bayonetta a little less so than Pikachu, but that's definitely gonna.
What was it? I actually
Come back from the
because,
test.
You did or did not?
Jeez, the
I
Bayonetta!
figured it would be because was it? Because I play Passion a lot, I like to play Richter again. And Richter forward
Okay.
smash goes through the blocks. And
Oh,
if
yeah.
you
Nope.
do it,
That's why
Zoro's gonna win.
Zoro's gonna win?
I don't know. It's, he
No matter
Passion's up
what
again.
character Passion picks, a Bayonetta's gonna win.
I don't know about that. Bayonetta's not the best character in the game.
No, but Steve is cracked.
Steve is cracked.
Cracked
you
at
yourself
Fortnite,
will
though.
have
Steve
said
is
earlier in
cracked
the
at
set.
Fortnite.
I wish Steve was in Fortnite. What if that
I don't know. It could.
happened?
They'd have to pay a lot of money to put him in there, though. The people at Epic.
So the frame traps coming out with
Yeah.
This might be the stock.
Yeah.
It is the stock.
Woo!
I know for a fact.
And he made it back!
Yeah, Steve's
He died to forwards.
That arm is terrible.
That arm is. That arm.
potentially tournament stock. Higher stock lead.
That's insane. Yeah.
Just throwing out my card. And just, Passion was waiting to, being ever so patient, waiting for his combo starter.
I feel like spot dodging is the wrong move there. I feel like you can really just hold shield and then you can get a lot more out of it. Steve has pretty good out of shield options. He's got.
Because he's got his frame 4 up tilt, and then for killing he has his frame
No way
8.
that's frame 4.
Up tilt, yeah, it's frame 4.
No way. Hey, that's annoying. Oh, he goes the classic Passion cheese.
Sup?
We tech those.
Tech the block.
Sup?
Yeah. Zoro's having a.
Passion being very
Ow.
Oh, answer back. Would this be a stock?
Oh, almost.
Can I
Good
tell you
job
what
for
was the
Passion.
most expensivest headphones?
What is the most expensive headphones? Let's
Oh,
let's
yeah.
focus. Let's
Pretty-
focus on the match.
It
This could be the last stock of the set.
True.
Zoro,
Get his materials,
Passion
the ledge
really
shot,
is kind of just dominating.
Dominating a Bayonetta?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Passion.
He No way! That was such a base way to end tournament.
That was 2009 Brawl video ending.
Passion, what was that?
Let's go! Let's go!
Lawrence.
Bro, you're flexing
Dude.
too much. You're flexing too much. You need to stop the flexing.
Bro, all I just saw was he built the L and then ended it here.
Dude. That was a pretty good way to end it out. FFF66 ending with an
Stop
L
flexing.
to the up smash. That was
Are
insane.
we not gonna talk about Lawrence breaking the
He
game?
literally-
What did he do?
He stood between two blocks.
Did he really?
Yes, I was. That's why I was making that face. Go back and watch it.
Wait, play that replay. Do we have a replay of
Missed
it?
it.
How did I miss that?
He placed two blocks and Lawrence was standing on the lower one.
Do we have a replay
Yeah, he
function?
was standing on the two
did it.
blocks.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah. Wait, I saw Bayonetta.
Are we still streaming right now?
Wait, I saw Bayonetta going on an invisible block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently he was going in between two
He
blocks.
took
I wanna check
the
that.
L smash. He legit took the L smash.
Come sit down, Passion. I told you to win this one. I told you in the card that to win this FFF, and you did.
You're flexing too much.
I had to do it to him.
Dude, that was so funny.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
That was so funny.
Oh, wait. Okay.
All right,
What's
so
the replay?
so what we're doing is we're bringing up the replay. We're gonna see exactly what happened. We're gonna check. This is not on stream. Okay. So we ended it.
Realize that's how we get him with the that's like, oh,
I'm watching this.
I was like, hey,
Awesome. Full screen.
here we go, here we go.
Oh, what?
Oh!
Oh, no way. What was that?
Oh! What the heck?
He got simply
Explain
output.
that. You need to
Explain yourself right now.
Explain that.
I think we can define. Lawrence isn't even on the team here at GCU.
Bottom flip.
Go back.
Why does this keep happening to me?
Lawrence, shut up. You got second at FFF. How? Why are you so cracked?
How did I do this? I don't know.
So good at the game.
I don't actually know.
All he did was study.
Wait.
Steve needs it. He needs it. This is where he decided. Go Bob, 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 Bob. Oh, we're looking at Lawrence's face.
Right through there. Like, that's what crouch.
opportunity. Huh? My guy literally dropped his draw and his eyes popped out of his head. Wrap it up. All right. Thanks for watching FFF number 66. Tune in next week. We'll see FFF 67.
FFF rules.
Same time, same place. It's gonna be epic.
FFF rules.
Also, if you want to see more of me, go follow me on twitch.tv/GreatWizCrandor.
Hey, no self-promotion. Cut the stream. Cut the stream.
Follow Bulbasaur.
Oh, also follow GCU Esports.
This is an esports GCU production.
GCU
Thank you all for
Esports
watching.
GCU Esports Production. Follow them on Twitter. Follow them on Twitch. Don't plug his Twitch. No! No, little German boy!